Debt tools, debt tools. In all my videos, I'm always talking about how to leverage debt tools in order to pay off debt quickly. But I feel like I really haven't explained what a debt tool is. So in today's video, I want to give you guys some clarity on what exactly debt tools are. And most people usually only use checking accounts, saving accounts, and credit cards when it comes to their financial management systems. And what I want to do is I want to open up the financial orchestra, if you will, to use an example of all the tools that you can leverage in order to 10x your income, pay off debt, and begin to live the life that you want on your own terms. So let's just jump right into it so I can explain exactly what I mean by debt tools and how you can acquire them and leverage them to do velocity banking. So the way that I like to do it is I like to list out all the debt tools and I separate it into two categories, right? So the first category is secured lines, and then the second one is unsecured lines. So it's very simple. And secured lines basically is a line that is attached to an asset or some sort of collateral. So for example, let's just jump into personal secured lines. Basically, there are four tools that you can use. The first one is a secured credit card. And literally, the easiest way to acquire this is to make a cash deposit at a specific credit card company. And the first secured credit card that I had was with Capital One. And all they require you to do is to make a deposit of $50, and they allow you to open up a credit line of $500, right? So $50 just to acquire a line of $500 is a very big first step that we all must take in order to begin to acquire debt. And you can see that there are other lines that you can acquire the same way, but some of these require bigger assets. So a HELOC just stands for Home Equity Line of Credit, and this allows you to leverage the equity in your home. Again, my channel is focused on people who make $15 to $25 an hour. So most of us probably not going to have homes, but if you do have a home and you have some equity in it, you can begin to do velocity banking by applying for a HELOC and leveraging the equity in your home in order to do velocity banking. So that would be considered a debt tool that you can use because it allows you to pull out cash, pay off some debt, and then put your money back into that line so we can continue to do velocity banking. And then we look on the business side, and as we try to 10x our income, it's very important to keep aware that there is business lines of credit that we can use. And just like the personal has secured, business has secured. So when you're starting a business, this is probably the easiest way to get capital. And there is business secured credit cards. I know Wells Fargo has a credit card where you just make a deposit if you have a business into a credit card, and then open up a line of credit for you, and you can begin to establish business credit that way with trade lines. And there are other loans that you can take out, commercial loans if you're trying to acquire a property, or you can get equity investments. So if you're starting a big business where you're trying to scale your income quickly, then you can get equity investments from outside investors for a percentage of your company. And this is just some things to keep your mind open in the future. Right now, we're really just focusing on eliminating debt and 10xing income. However, in the future, if you decide to invest in real estate or start your own big business, this would be the best way to go about acquiring finances as leverage to help you get to your goals faster. But this is where we want to live, especially if we're doing velocity banking, and that is unsecured personal lines of credit. And I have multiple of these, and I leverage these all the time that I can. So with credit cards, I have a couple balance transfer credit cards, and balance transfer credit cards are the best credit cards that you can use to do velocity banking. It is by far one of the best tools because they allow you to do 0% for certain periods of time, and you can keep repeating this process over and over and over again. And one of the credit cards that I love is Citi, and I'll keep repeating that again and again. And I'm not sponsored by Citi. I don't have an affiliate link to Citi credit cards, but They have the best balance transfer credit cards. They always are giving you promotions, always are giving you offers. So you can get 0% 12 months on a consistent basis with Citi credit cards. So I love them. I have a personal line of credit too with Santander Bank. And I love it because the personal line of credit is attached to the checking account. So I can literally pull money out and it'll be in my checking account within seconds, literally. So if you need a couple $1,000s in seconds, you can literally pull it out the personal line of credit and add it into your checking account. And I like that because when we work, we need to exchange our time for money. So you need to work 40 hours in order to get paid. However, when you have a personal line of credit, you don't have to leverage your time. You can literally pull out money, and then when you get paid, you can push it back. So I like to think of this as a cash advance, and we're paying a little bit of interest on top of it. It's okay. Maybe $20 a month, maybe $30 a month, and I'm okay with paying that as long as I can get my advance, my cash ahead of time, so I can allocate it to where I need to. And if I'm lowering my cash flow by hundreds of dollars, I don't care if I'm paying $20 to $30 a month in interest, right? It's all about leveraging the value and seeing what gives you the highest return on investment. And then bank loans, if you want to do a debt consolidation, it's very important. And then private loans, family, friends, peer-to-peer. This is an option I really don't like. These are usually amortized loans, or if you're asking your family members for loans, they can get kind of tricky. You really don't want to do that unless you have a great relationship with them. So something that I consider, but I probably wouldn't do it on an often, or I wouldn't do it on a regular basis. And another option you guys can look at is secured business lines of credit. And I have a couple of these, and these are actually really easy to get. I've only been in business for a couple of months, and I was able to get a Capital One Spark credit card within 3 months. So anybody that tells you have to wait a long time in order to get a credit card with your business is not telling you the truth. So you can get one fairly quickly. I also have a business line of credit with Liberty Bank, and I was able to acquire this by joining an academy that I had to do for 10 weeks, and they gave me a line of credit. So I'm always looking for opportunities on how to acquire credit and allow that to help me build my business. Instead of using my own money, I can use the bank's money in order to build that business up. So we got to get creative when we're trying to 10x our income. And some other things that you can look at is private investment, equity loan, or with no loans with no equity, and government loans. So SBA loans, opportunity zone loans. Those are things if you're looking to build bigger businesses that you can acquire capital from. So this is the list of debt tools. Hopefully this gives you guys a little bit more clarity on what exactly I'm talking about in my videos when I'm talking about velocity banking specifically, especially in that video where I talked about how I paid off my car debt very quickly in 6 months. I used my personal line of credit and the credit card as a balance transfer with 0% interest. So these are the two main tools I like. For most of you guys, you'll probably only be using these two tools, but as we become more advanced in our journey or we're trying to build financial freedom, we'll have access to more of these tools so that we can leverage 10x our income, increase our investments, and we can live the lifestyle that we want. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I wanted to clear up a lot of the questions that I've been getting on what a debt tool specifically is. And as you can see, there are multiple debt tools. You got to find one that works for you specifically and stick with it. You don't need too many. 2 is probably what you need at most. But if you want to add some more over time, you can definitely do that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I have more videos like this in the future. Thank you guys, and I hope you have an amazing day.